If you're job hunting in 2023 and you're not maximizing LinkedIn for your job search, what are you even doing? Are you sure you're serious about landing a job on LinkedIn this year? Anyways, in this video, I'm going to be sharing tips that work to land your dream job on LinkedIn this year. Stay with me. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Oyi, and as you can already tell from the title, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you how to land your dream job on LinkedIn this year. These are tips that I use personally and they work for me every time. I've shared with others and it has worked for them. So I hope by the end of this video you find it valuable, and as you apply these tips, they work for you as well. So let's dive right into it. The first thing you want to obviously do is build your profile. So on LinkedIn, you want to make sure that you have an all-star profile. LinkedIn guides you through the basic minimum requirements. You want to make sure you have a profile picture, you use a good header, your about section is detailed enough, you put in your work experiences and your education and all that good stuff. Your profile is your online CV, so you want to make sure that it reflects who you are, because before people reach out to you, they go through your profile. So you want to make sure that the information there is up to date and reflect who you are. You also want to make sure you have a great header. So what I like to see and what I equally recommend is to use your header should be something that speaks to your skill or what you do basically. So for instance, I'm a communications professional. I am passionate about public relations, PR, social media, crisis management, all that good stuff. So what you'll find on my LinkedIn profile is brand communication. That basically summarizes what I do and what I'm skilled at. So from the first glance, even before they go through your work experience and all that, anyone coming to your profile can already tell what you do. So you want to make sure that you have a great profile picture, you have a great header, and then you actually fill your about section. Don't leave it empty. Fill it out and fill it strategically. So if you're looking for, let's say, a role in communication, what you can do is also go through the profiles of people that you look up to in your field, see how they write their about section, what you like, something that also reflects your personality, and then you can use that knowledge to build your own about section. It is very important because that's like people's first look into your person. And then you want to make sure you fill in your work experiences, keep it up to date. You want to put in your education and your skills. So still on building your profile, something you can also do, even though you're looking for maybe a full-time employment in an organization, you can also utilize the service offering on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn also has this feature where you can indicate that you're offering services. So even though you're looking for a full-time employment within an organization, you can also leverage that based on the role you're targeting. When your profile is done, you want to make sure that it is set to open to work, so that way people, recruiters, hiring managers that are looking for people with your skill set, they're able to find your profile. LinkedIn also has this option to include the open to work thing on your profile picture. Personally, I don't fancy that. I've never used it even when I was job hunting, and I've not really heard that it makes much difference in your job search. The only good part is someone going through LinkedIn that comes across maybe a post you've shared or something you've liked can easily just tell that this person is open to work without necessarily opening your profile. But then again, if they are not hiring or know any opportunity, then it is useless. But that's also something you can explore. When you're setting your profile to open to work, you want to ensure that you use the right keywords that you can be found by. Just like when you were writing your about profile, you can also look at job description of the role you are looking to get, and then look at about 4 or 5 job descriptions. You will notice the keywords that tie those things together. So there's a keyword that definitely features across board, so it lets you know what these people are looking for and what they prioritize. So you can use that, in your keywords that you can be found by. So with that, you have a good to go profile. So after building your profile, you want to make strategic connections. Strategic connection is the key word here. Don't just go about connecting with random people that have nothing to do with your field. I mean, you could do that, but you want to prioritize strategic connection. So if you're job hunting and if you're serious about it, I believe that you already have a list of your target organizations. So you want to go on LinkedIn, just type in that organization. When you see their LinkedIn page, you go to their employee tab, and then you see people that are currently employed there. Then pick out people that are in your field. So for instance, as a communications person, I'm looking for people that equally do comms, and then you want to connect with some of those people, and more importantly, you want to connect with people with decision making power. So maybe the CEO, the team lead, the head of communication, or the hiring manager, HR. You want to connect with all those people with decision making power. That's one. You also want to connect with people you look up to, the influencers in your industry. This could be whether or not they work in your target organizations, because from there you get to keep up with latest trend. Sometimes they share opportunities that come up. You want to keep up with all that, so they are also good to connect with. So after connecting with these people, you also want to set up job alerts for that company. It doesn't have to be just one job title. So for instance, company A might use communication specialist for a job opening, whereas company B might use public relations specialist for that same role. So you want to set up your job alerts with different job titles, just so that you don't miss out on any job opportunity that come up. Aside from your target organizations, you can also set up generic job alerts. So when you search for a particular job title, for instance, you can turn on the job alert for that title. You can do this for as many job titles as you want. So that is a really great way to start your job search on LinkedIn. The good thing about LinkedIn is that on a regular basis, you get updates about who viewed your profile, where your searchers work, keywords you are being found by. So that is a great insight into learning the keywords that are effective and those that are not. For instance, as a communication specialist, let's say I included keywords like communication specialist, social media manager, change manager, and then from LinkedIn I get to see that I'm being found by communication specialist, change manager, and then maybe a keyword like social media manager that I've used has never come up in my searches. It is an indication that I should replace that with something else, or just use or rephrase the title based on what you see in job descriptions. So that is usually a great insight, and it is even better if you use LinkedIn Premium, because this way there's no limitation. Literally, you can see everybody that views your profile, and you can see all the companies your searchers work with. The free LinkedIn, there are a limited number of people viewing your profile you can see, as well as the organizations. But with Premium, you can see an unlimited number, literally everyone that views your profile. These insights are usually a good indicator into the companies that are looking for people with your skill set. So whether or not they reach out to you, what you can do is to connect with the hiring manager in those companies. Again, people with decision making power. You can also connect with your team lead, the head of that department, the founder. And don't be afraid to connect with these people. Trust me, 70% of the time they would actually accept your connection request. And if you're a premium member, you're also able to message them directly. The worst that will happen is that they will tell you they are not hiring, or they will tell you no, or not even respond to the message. But you shot your shots, and it's better to take an opportunity than to just let it go. You never know. Great things start from taking opportunities. So don't be afraid to send that email. And that takes me to my next point: sending cold emails. For every job application you send, the first thing is you want to make sure that you're tailoring your CV to that job. Yes, you might have a generic template or a generic CV for your job applications, but trust me, tailored CVs make so much difference, and they get more positive responses than generic ones. Because even though you might be applying for the same role or for the same job title in different organizations, trust me, most times the requirements and the job responsibilities are usually different from company A to company B. So what you want to make sure is that your CV shows your ability and your previous experience in delivering your tasks based on what company A requires and based on what company B requires. And then you want to also make sure that you've included the keywords in these job descriptions in your CV, especially for large organizations that use other software to filter applications. So you want to make sure that your CV passes through that. Next is that, and this is very important, you want to make sure that you're not sending a blank email. And by blank email, a lot of people do this. They leave the body of the email blank and then they just attach their CV and send. No, don't. If you've been doing that, stop it. Trust me, no serious recruiter will get back to you by just attaching your CV and then just sending. At the very least, you can copy and paste some lines in your executive summary in your CV. If you have that, you can just include those in the body of the email. So just introduce yourself, why you're emailing, and the value you will deliver to the organization. And preferably send your email in PDF format, not Microsoft Word, except you're applying on a company's website and then they've requested that your CV is uploaded in Microsoft Word. But if you're sending your CV via email, send it in PDF format. There's this guy on Instagram that shares great tips on subject lines, what to include in your CV, how to write a great CV, how to write a great cover letter, all that good stuff about CV writing and sending cold job applications. I'm going to link his Instagram handle right here, so you can go check him out. His content will definitely be beneficial to everyone job hunting. Leverage all the advantages you have, and you'll be surprised at how much response you would get. Even if they are not hiring at the moment, they would get back to you and let you know, okay, maybe we're not hiring now, or they would have you in mind for subsequent recruitment that fit your skill set. So don't be afraid to reach out to these people. You would even be surprised to know that a lot of companies don't even advertise their job openings anymore these days. They probably advertise like 50% of their job openings just because of how cumbersome this recruitment process can be. They also get overwhelmed, as contrary to what many people believe, HR guys don't enjoy the hiring process. I've never met any HR person that enjoys the hiring process. So you'll be surprised to know that there are so many job opportunities that are not being advertised. So reach out to these people and you'll be lucky you'll get a positive feedback. So what you also want to do is to post regularly. I know some people don't like to be out there, but it will do you good if you are actually out there. Post content that demonstrates your knowledge, that demonstrates your skill set. You can speak about your experiences. You can highlight your win at previous places of employment. You could also repost content that resonates with you, or like or comment under those contents if you don't have the bandwidth to create your own original content. So you just want to be active, just so that people remember that, oh, I'm actually connected with this person. Maybe there are even people you've reached out to in the past. They get reminded that, okay, if something come up, I have this person in mind. So you just want to put yourself out there, help yourself. My last but not the least tip for LinkedIn is, so based on the insight you get from LinkedIn about who is viewing your profile, where they work, what you're looking for, if you've been applying or if you've been reaching out to these people and it's not working out as you expect, what you can equally do is to apply for an internship in any of these organizations that you fancy. Trust me, a lot of great things start from an internship. Yes, it is somehow an unconventional way, but it works. Especially if you don't have too many years of experience, or you're not that skilled, or even if you're trying to transition to a new role and you're not getting a full-time paid employment or through your application and whatnot, a great way to start is to apply for an internship. Whether paid or unpaid, take it. Especially if you have a way to sustain yourself for the while. So in the process, you're sharpening your skills, you're immersing yourself in an organization that you actually want to work in, and you're networking. However, The internship does not stop your job search. You're still actively applying, but in the process you're gaining all these experiences. And if in the course of your internship or even after there's a job that match your skill set, they would consider you. You would be top on their mind, because first of all, you're internal, you're already within the organization, and they've kind of seen firsthand what you can do. They've seen your work ethics, they've seen what you're capable of, your values, how you sit well within the organization. That's if you do. And if you're a right fit for the role, you would be the first they would consider. At least you'll get an interview. Also, even if the job opportunity does not come up within the organization, if you have a good relationship with your colleagues, they might know or they might hear of job opportunities in other organizations that fit what you're looking for, and then they will recommend you for that role. So don't just limit yourself to, oh, it must be a full-time paid employment. Yes, that is the goal. You're not going to be an intern forever. The full-time paid employment might not come as fast as you want it to be, but while in your waiting season, you're building your skills in that same industry. It doesn't even have to be 6 months. It could be 2 months. It could be 3 months. Just let them know you're curious about learning what they do in that organization. And with that, I've come to the end of this video. I hope you're able to apply all these tips that have been shared. You're able to identify the right opportunities, connect with the right people, be consistent, and I am sure that you're going to get something great this year. It will also be nice to hear from those of you that have gotten job opportunities from LinkedIn. How did you do it? You can share your experience and your tips with others in the comment section, and I would also love to read them just to know more. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.